Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being at our launch of the Z8 tonight. We're having a big launch reveal, and so we're excited about that. So I was able to watch your video of the launch, very impressed, and so wanted to get your opinion really of the Z8. So when you look at what is really the difference of the Z8 and the Z9?
Great question. And to be completely honest, I fell in love with the Z9. Love the Z9. And when I saw the Z8, I'm going, it's so much littler. Is it going to have the power of my Z9? And I was really impressed because it did. And being able to, have the lighter weight, but yet still the power. I mean, you can do 8-bit, 60 frames per second, like video recording on this, ProRes RAW internal, which is insane. And it's like this little body. So being able to hand hold and have that sort of power and be able to hike to different locations, like we're always looking to make our bag a little lighter and to be able to hand hold long video shots. So for me, having a smaller body is very beneficial.
Perfect. So when you did your launch video, it was in Yellowstone?
Yes, we went to Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone. And it's cold.
It was cold.
So when you look at the performance in the cold weather, how did it do, battery life and how are things with the cold weather?
It was funny because I did get loaded up on a ton of batteries because I just didn't know. So I had a ton of batteries for the campaign. And during I was doing a lot of video, and video does take more battery life. I only remember switching the battery one day.
Oh, wow.
Every night I'd recharge them and I'd start full, but I was really surprised. The Z9 is going to have a lot better battery life, but it was still, the Z8 met my needs.
Okay.
And I only think I could have only just brought one spare around, so I was pretty excited about the fact that it didn't seem to be a problem.
Okay.
And I have a lot of these batteries because
I know, really.
I'm forgetting the name of this.
Is that the 15 or the 18? It's the 15.
The 15.
Yeah,
so I have a lot of these from my older Nikons.
Yep.
So it was nice to be able to.
So it was nice to have.
Yeah, I've got a collection of them if I need them.
Perfect. So when you look at the video that you shot, and I think I saw that the lens was the 800, right? So is that
the 800?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, the images are so sharp.
Thank you.
And when you look at that lens, when you look at what's in your bag, you're doing mostly video now, and a lot of it's really close up, really compelling. And I've seen the Costa Rica, the birds, I've seen the bears, and so you really like that close up. Is the 800 really the lens that's your favorite?
It's so good. Well, first, I am a hybrid shooter, so I still do a lot of photos, and
perfect.
It's not mostly video, but I am obsessed with being able to go back and forth like that. I think I just like feeling the intensity. I like getting into the action. I like the details. I like the light in the eyes. I like being able to, even things, textures of antlers and textures of eyelashes, and having the 800. I love the 800. You could put a 1.4 or 2x on there and get even further. And I find the Z800 with the Z camera and even the teleconverters to just be tack sharp, which is wonderful.
Because I think, like you said, the sharpness of your video, and you look at the wolves, and was it a blackbird? Or the big crow with the eye and stuff? Or?
A lot of coyotes.
Coyotes.
We didn't see wolves, and it was a raven.
A raven. There
yes,
we go.
And I do a lot of brown bears.
Okay, gotcha.
I know the raven was with the 8 campaign, and so were the coyotes that were howling and post-holing in the snow.
Post-holing, that was amazing to see, the depth of snow.
Exactly.
So when you had to travel around and you had your camera equipment, was it hard, or were you following the bison, to make sure that that area?
It's nice because when you fall and you're post-holing, you fall on snow. So you just kind of, but it was nice to have smaller gear to be able to, trek a little bit more in those post-holing situations.
So what would be a customer that would be maybe more interested in the 8 than the 9. Is there a difference, or?
Yeah, and so, I mean, people ask me all the time, like, no, I'm not going to get rid of my Z9. I love my Z9, and I am just getting back into underwater photography, and I'm really excited about that, but I've chosen to get a housing for the 9 instead of the 8. And one of those reasons is because of the dual CF Express card slots. Like, once, you know, if I'm underwater and I need to jump over to that other card and be able to do in-RAW recording, I can do that on the 9. So there are advantages to having the 9, but for the price point, the weight, the size, the 8 is great.
It is. I mean,
So-
you know, and then, you know, Jeff was showing us the grip and the versatility with the grip and taking it out and still having it plugged in and so forth. So,
and for years I was a wedding photographer. I did wedding photography for years, and having that little bit of like skin softening in here, I'm going, whoa, having a little body that's gonna, you know, when people say, oh, your camera takes great pictures of me. It's like, well, actually, you can turn a little bit of skin softening on and reduce a few years from people, especially like at weddings. That's kind of cool. So if I was a wedding photographer, I might go straight over to the 8s.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna have one of each.
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
For the big hikes, I'll take the 8 out. For the underwater, I'll take the 9 out.
Perfect,
So I mean,
perfect.
they have different pluses and minuses.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you being here tonight and spending some time with us and Mike's camera. And we're going to go over and get ready for the launch and all the people that are waiting to hear more about the Z8.
Great. Well, thank you so much.